I came into John Coltrane's music through Alice Coltrane, where I have one Coltrane and only one side of the coin. So it'd be nice to kind of equal it out, half his music, half her music. And then from there, the idea just started spiraling. You may want to get this. This is actually a book that Alice Coltrane wrote. It's her Conversations with God. You know, the Coltrane's music is very difficult. I brought this book for me just to the session to remind me that no matter how difficult it gets, to try to play whatever will touch somebody instead of just going for executing things perfectly. Even the concept of the album to do John Coltrane's music, people were intrigued the fact that I would even include Alice Coltrane. Whatever John Coltrane achieved and where he got to, I'm positive he didn't get there by himself. And it could be because I'm a woman that I even thought of that possibility. Because there's not many Alice Coltrane albums out there. So that's probably why it spoke to me more. Because I feel like women add something different to the music. So even when people hear this album, between the Coltranes and the different sounds, you'll be able to tell they're different sides of each other. They're reaching for the same thing, but it's completely different.
I don't know of anyone who has done a project like this where she's, you know, combining generations, and I don't know anybody who's done this. It's quite an ambitious project.
She is music. If you're around her and you just see she is the music. She is true. Lakecia is recording tunes by both John and Alice Coltrane. She has so many musicians on this project.
To have living, breathing examples working right side our living legends has been kind of the greatest thrill and just deeply inspiring for putting this music together.
Who's here? We got Reggie Workman is here, we got Abiodun is here, Lakecia Benjamin, myself, we got Joe Blacks, we got Mark Carey, we got Sharp Radway. There's a lot of love and vibration and good energy happening here in the studio today in Brooklyn at the Bonga Studio.
It's very rare that you get to do something on this scale. It's going to be a landmark for her as well, because a lot of people in her generation, there may be a degree of disconnect between them and other generations that preceded them. So this is a bridge, more or less.
It's like, you all dream about your perfect album. This is my favorite experience. Like, if I didn't put this together, I'm not sure I even got the call to be on the album. So I was like excited just to have all these people together, because for me it's honestly like once in a lifetime.
This is one of the very few art forms that can support generations like that. I see so many friends. I see Reggie Workman here, just saw Greg Osby, Bruce Williams, a lot of friends. It's almost like a big party here.
I'm never going to see Gary Bartz, Steve Wilson, Greg Osby, everybody in one section. So to have them all in one room, all on the same album, to me that's just like, it's almost like speaks to the culture and the true message of what jazz is, like getting people together. So I was grateful that they were receptive to just getting together and putting, like, everyone seemed very open to the concept of paying homage to each other.
To know that there's a sister who has taken on the sounds in her ability to play the horn, like to be on the same page with Train, to reproduce his sounds from her being, from her existence, I think that's phenomenal.
It's very spiritual, it's very deep, and John Coltrane and Alice Coltrane, as you know, were just brilliant composers and very deeply connected to the universe and striving to pull like a higher spirit into their music. So we're here celebrating that and recreating that and giving that energy to the world.
I chose the songs for the album based on what I felt were the Coltrane songs that immediately when I heard them, I fell in love with. So for the John Coltrane selections, we're doing Love Supreme Suite, Acknowledgement, Pursuance. We're doing Saida Song Flute, Spiral. We're doing Central Park West, and Liberia. And of course, we're doing Alabama. Alice Coltrane, we're doing Om Shanti. We're doing Turiya Ramakrishna. We're doing Affinity. We're doing doing Primer off Transfiguration, and we're doing 2 actual spiritual works that she did off of hymns, her versions, Going Home and Walk With Me. So I picked all the songs that from the first moment I've heard it, it resonated with me.
Lakecia has a really broad vision about what's important to put a stamp on and to memorialize. This is a phenomenal gathering. It was an honor to be asked to be a part of a Coltrane memorial that included Alice and John together. It's something nobody else has ever done. It's beautiful.
I wasn't aware of everyone that was on this project till I got here, and I saw Abby O'Doon, I see Reggie Workman. Obviously he's helping produce the project. And you know, like the generational gathering here is deep. So I think Lakecia is brilliant just for having the foresight to pull us all together.
So my concept was that I would have the generation from, let's say, 80 and above, or maybe early 70s and above, and they were the ones that were there, and the ones that founded the music, and the ones that really got it from the masters. The next generation between 50 and 70 were the people that when I was a kid, they were the young lions. They were like in their late 20s, 30s, like on tour, traveling the world, and like my first Kenny Garrett CDs or Greg Osby. They were the ones that inspired me directly. And then I have the people in my generation that are directly the next influence of that. So that's where I got the 3 bunches from. Musically, once I actually secured these guests, I'm like, oh snap, I gotta play along. I gotta play with like the alto players that I've been watching like for the last 20 years, murder it. I have to somehow rise to the level that they're gonna be at, because they're gonna come in here playing. So I had to just realize that this is the level I'm at. I've worked this hard to get here, and this will be kind of like a documentation of where I am, and I'll keep growing. Luckily, I decided to think, this is what I had at this moment. This is where I am. This is a clean picture of everything. I know for a fact I gave it everything I got.